Welcome back, guys, to our Medieval 2 Total War Let's Play. Also, I just want to really quickly say, if you are enjoying this Let's Play, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, this is a very old-school game, and part of me worries that maybe it's a little too old-school for you guys, that you're not appreciating it. So if you are, if it's something that you like to see, make sure to let me know in the comments down below so that we know we're doing the right thing. Now, in our last battle, we realized that, unfortunately, we cannot take this city with João. The reason being, we're facing El Cid, one of the great Spanish conquerors, Spanish mercenaries of this time period, and he is actually the leader of this tiny castle. We definitely want to take it, but it's going to take us some time for that to occur. Right now, we're trying to stop the invasion from, of course, the Moors right now, and we've taken quite a bit of territory from them, but we have a lot left to do. So King Henrique wants to actually adopt Peter Queimado. Queimado is a funny Portuguese word for burnt, so his name is really Peter Burnt. He seems interesting, he's got a lot of loyalty, and I think that's what matters right now. Is being as loyal as possible. So I'm going to be sending Queimado over here to Cordoba very, very soon. First, I want to get rid of this rebel army, and I also want to deal with the army of El Cid. And I think the only way to do this is going to be to get some mercenaries. It's going to cost some money, but I think it's the only way we're going to get in there. So we're going to go ahead and take our prince's wonderful army here. I'm going to leave one man behind. The rest of them are going to attack the rebel here. And it looks like he's going to run. And I am definitely going to chase him. The problem is, by chasing this rebel, we're leaving the town open, and it's actually taking a while to take him out. So we're going to go ahead and move forward, and we are going to attack with General João, the city of the rebel settlement here of Valencia. I hope we can do it, guys. We're going to assault, and we are fighting El Cid. This is truly a battle to the death, but I truly believe that if João can do well here, this is a general we will never forget. So we're going to be in this battle, but like I said at the start, this is going to be a hardcore Let's Play. If we don't win, if we lose, we're going to try again. We're going to keep on playing. It's not going to end this simply, but we're going to do our absolute best. So there we go. We've got João at this point. He's just a general, I believe. I don't think he's an actual family member, but, of course, he's got his uses, and we want to get straight to it. So, we're going to send our first battery in there, or in this case, our first battering ram. Try again, Agrippa. We're going to send this in there, and we're also going to send our ladders right up the walls. Now, these defenders are probably going to be a combination of Moors, Catholics, all sorts of different people, because they're fighting under El Cid, and El Cid, being a mercenary, probably has more than a few supporters. Maybe not all of them Catholics like him, but actually El Cid fought for quite a number of Muslim kings, or Muslim sultans, I should say. And I think his thing was, well, probably had something more to do with money. But certainly he's remembered for being sort of a guy that tried to fight for who he thought was the most virtuous of men. So he fought for both Spanish kings, Moorish kings, I mean, a whole bunch of different people. I think ultimately it had a lot to do with cash and how much he was getting. And we're going to grab João here, because if we do get into this city, we need to storm in very, very quickly. And especially if we get on these walls, we need to absolutely take them quickly and try to beat the enemy. We've got 3 entire units of mercenaries, and every single one of these units is going to be extremely important. They're really our main melee unit in this particular battle, and if we can take Valencia, I think it's going to be really good. I don't want to really kill anybody in here, but using this much money to take this city, we better get something out of it. So there we go. If the battering ram can get to the doors, that's a very good start. And that means we can detach the spear militia from the other battering ram. But look at that. It's already on fire. Oh my goodness. There we go. And this is why I brought a replacement. So we're going to go ahead and have these boys drop it. Drop the ram. In fact, they've already dropped it. Get them the hell away. And this may block our path. We've only got one ladder in, and we're going to be facing some pretty well-regimented troops here. Just regular rebels, but believe me, they are going to put up a fight. So here we go, guys. We are attacking. Let's take a look at that second battering ram is coming in here, but they might be able to stop us with the flames. It's very, very possible. And I'm already going to grab some more of these mercenary spearmen and move right up these ladders to attack the enemy. Força, homens! Alright, our boys are jumping over. Let's hope they know how to fight here. because they've got a lot of fighting to do. Even if we have to knock these damn rebels off the walls to get a victory, that's exactly what we're going to do. In fact, that's probably what we have to do in this particular situation. Come on, boys. Nice. All right. Already starting pretty well. Okay, I do think the battering ram, yes, it got there. That's beautiful. It's going to allow us to get our cavalry in, but if we can't win this fight up here on the wall, it's not going to make much of a difference, is it? So we really do need to keep on pressing the advantage and try to smash these spear militia. Right now, it looks like they're definitely winning the battle. Obviously, they have the defensive advantage, and we're the ones trying to climb these walls and breach them. Keep it up, boys. Stab away. Just spears over here. Be great if we had a few swordsman units, but we're not at that point in history yet. It's going to take a while. Well, not at that point in our particular history. It could just take a few months for us to finally get there, but it's going to be tough. So, let's take a look over here. We're breaking down that wall with the battering ram, and then we can use those men for other very important tasks. And let's see, we've also got some spear militia here. I know that we should focus on keeping them here in the center, but they're getting hit so bad that I might go ahead and just charge in. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Viva Portugal. So we're going to actually take our spear militia, and I'm going straight for the enemy genets, the enemy cavalry, etc. Obviously, spears are pretty effective against these units, but we can't just rely on spears. We're going to have to get our cavalry. We're going to have to charge in here, and we are going to have to shed some blood, pretty simply. Still got some mercenaries coming up on the walls, but I want to grab all of these cavalry. Viva Portugal. Here we go. We're going to move them in. Obviously, our bowmen are firing as best they can, but I actually want them to move their attention over here to where the enemy missile cavalry is. Missile cavalry can really change a battle. They're frustrating as hell. They leave, they attack, they leave, they attack. So we must do our absolute best. And it looks like we lost the gateway again, although I don't think it matters because we've already broken the walls down. So at this point, the gateway is secondary. But these knights are not. We get these knights together. In fact, we've got some genets ourselves. We're going to use those genets against the enemy. Some of our mercenary spearmen have broken through enough that they can probably attack multiple locations. So I'm going to be going right for these rebel militia over here, while the rest of our men force their way through the city. Kill them all, men! For King Enrique. Va pro rey. Of course, you guys know that roi is the French way of saying king. Rey is the Portuguese way of saying king in this case. We were trying to break through, of course. The genets are putting up a good fight, but I think once we take these cavalry units and charge in, we're going to be doing a lot better. So we're also going to smash those genets with our missile cavalry. I am going to grab all of our horsemen, including our general, and we are going to charge in here. Let's do it. He certainly does. We're not going to use it yet, though. In fact, we're going to keep the general back, because we don't want to lose him in this battle. But you could see that the defenders have done a good job at throwing a lot of missiles at us to really destabilize our men. And if you look over here, yeah, we've lost half. It's going to be tough, guys, especially breaking this resistance up on the walls. The enemy's doing a pretty good job at stopping our mercenary units. The good news, and I know this is going to sound brutal, we don't have to pay those mercenaries. That's the great job, and we're facing rebels, so even if we lose this fight, it's not like they're going to come out and attack us. Looks like some of our boys are trying to pull back and get the hell out of here. We should focus our fight in the center. We'll worry about those spearmen later. Now they're sending in more men to try and sort of contain us, but I think if we could break through these genets, we're going to be in a much better position. El Cid, like I said before, is an amazing commander, guys. Fighting and beating him is not going to be easy, especially with all of these knights that are coming to his aid. We may need to just run away with João here. Remember, he is just, right now, this army costs money. So if we lose this army, we have to look at it from an economic point of view, in that we don't need to worry about paying them. Now, only half the enemy force remains. This is definitely a suggestion to keep attacking, but they're attacking with so many cavalry units. Look at that. It's unbelievable. And we're going to try and move in some of these guys that are not exactly very well rallied. I'm also going to take our general. And João, you must move in. You must show us that you can fight the enemy here and crush El Cid in his own territory. Take Valencia for the glory of Portugal. Oh, that was vicious. As you can see, the rebel cavalry here is doing a pretty good job. We've got some mailed knights, but these mailed knights can only last so long. And for those of you that know some about this particular time period, why don't you let me know who exactly were knights at this time, and I'll give you a hint. People with money. So each of these guys costs a fair bit of money. It really does. And if we can at least damage the enemy significantly, maybe we can come back later when we have a little bit more cash and we can finish the job. I'm going to have João go ahead and blow his rallying horn to give our men that extra morale needed to hopefully get a victory here. And there we go. That is El Cid. No, that's us. That is actually, is it? Actually, yes, it is. It is El Cid. He's right there. He's wounded already. If we could kill El Cid, it's going to be a major victory for us. Or at least killing their defending general would really assist us. I'm not sure if we're going to win, but it would help big time. General's bodyguard. And we're going to take our Jeanettes and also aim at the General's bodyguard. They also have some mailed knights, but that General's bodyguard unit is getting scared and they might be pulling back. It looks like the enemy is definitely pulling back here. We want to focus all of our attacks on El Cid himself. Mate ese mercenario de merda. Kill this shitty mercenary is what I was saying, and I hope we can. Yes! And that is the death of El Cid, guys. He has been crushed. I'm hoping this is going to be enough to really scare the hell out of the enemy. I'm even going to order my Jeanettes to charge. So they're not going to be missile units anymore. They are going to be melee units to try and crush whatever's remaining of these rebels. Come on, boys. Valencia must be ours. Even over the bodies of hundreds of men. Here we go. Come on, let's do this. We still have to worry about the spearmen up here on the walls. We can see that that was an utter slaughter of our men. They definitely held fast. They killed a lot of the enemy. But a few more mercenaries that we don't have to pay. Hey, what can I say? I've got a smile on my face either way. Now, if João goes down, I will not have a smile on my face. He might just be a general. But, you know what? He's the only governor we have in this area. And losing him was not going to be fun to deal with. There we go, charge. Come on, boys. Follow them in. Yes. Victoria, Portugal. We're going to keep charging, guys. Going right through to the center of town. And if the spearmen follow us, that's going to be a little more complicated because obviously we don't do so well against spearmen in this case, especially since we mostly have cavalry. But you could just see taking this place was not easy at all. So there's some spear militia behind us. I'm going to actually take one of these units, just a regular spear unit. It's only 2 guys, but I'm thinking 2 guys can probably do a lot of damage here to retreating spearmen. We don't want these guys rallying back at the flag. Let's take these Jeanettes as well and also smash the enemy spearmen. Mata-os todos. Take no prisoners, men. Well, don't say that. That's not good. Alright, there's still a few General's bodyguard that are still alive here. Unbelievably, El Cid's chivalrous men are trying to remain in control here. We can't lose our commander. We cannot lose João. And in fact, I haven't played Medieval 2 in so long, but I think there's a way to adopt him into our family. We may have to marry him to a daughter, one of the princesses, but perhaps after this victory we can grant him that right of being a noble Portuguese family member. It's possible. It's definitely something to consider. Look at all of those dead men. And yes, victory is ours only by a sword's edge. That's about it, guys. We won, but holy crap, did we lose a lot of men. 506, 331, took 73 prisoners. They took 21. I don't know how that works. But you can see here that we definitely lost a tremendous amount of men, and I'm thinking that even though this is a castle, even though I'd love to take really good care of it and be friendly, I'm thinking we're going to have to be vicious here and sack the settlement to get those florins back. So as you can see there, we sacked the settlement, we have the florins back, we can retrain some of these men so that they come up to their full strength, but for many of these guys, we're going to have to just deal with maybe not having as many. I definitely want to take Pero Queimado and move him over here to Zaragoza, but it's going to be quite a long stretch to get there, and I'm not sure what kind of enemy or what kind of territory we're going to be moving through. So I'm first going to send him to Cordoba, and I'm hoping that on the way he's not going to be killed. Now, some people gave really good suggestions about what to do with the mercenaries, and one of them was to head into Africa. Apparently, if we go down here, we could trade slaves. We've got gold, all sorts of stuff that can make us a lot of money. And I think we're probably going to do that. So, nope, that didn't work. We might have to get on the ship. In fact, that's a good idea. We're going to get on the ship with our merchants and head to Southern Africa. Well, there is no Southern Africa, but Central Africa in the Sahara. And try and trade there to make some cash. In Cordoba, I really need to focus on construction, guys. We need to start making money. So the market is one good way to make money, but it's 1,200 florins. It's not cheap. So we're going to go ahead and start building at the market. I'm also going to get a spear militia. And I believe we got that priest because we had explicit orders to turn Cordoba more Catholic. And I'm hoping we can do that before the time ends. There's a mission success. The Pope, yes, he is pleased with us spreading the word of the Lord. And hopefully that's going to help us big time. Zaragoza actually had a nasty earthquake. Quite a lot of people died in it. Thankfully, we had nobody there besides peasants, but that's obviously not going to go well in the long run. Let's hope that we can change that fortune around. As for now, our loyal prince, Prince Afonso, continues to remain alive, and this really is the future of our nation. We must allow him to win, and in this case, we really are trying to make him a good king. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to keep on doing this Let's Play, but make sure to share it, hit that like button, and subscribe if you haven't already, because this has definitely been one series since it's old school where we don't get as many viewers as we do on our others. It takes a lot of time for me to make these videos, so keep that in mind. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have an awesome day, and glory to Portugal.